This podcast is brought to you by Convo Cloth, the official clothing apparel of the NBC podcast. For the latest apparel, please go to www.nothingbutconvos.com. Now, let's get into the latest episode of the NBC podcast with your boy, S. McCann. What's good, people? It's the NBC podcast with your boy, S. McCann. And this is episode 42, Eagles Week 4 review. And in this game, it was a soggy one, nasty weather, cold rain from Hurricane Ian. But we did get that dub, and that's all that counts in the NFL. Wins. So if you can win at any level, especially the highest level, the NFL, you take that win. So in this game, the defense created a lot of turnovers. The running game was at its peak, and we seen our team come from 14 down to win this game. So, in this episode, I break down what happened in the game, what the offense looked like, what the defense looked like, and our Week 5 match against the Arizona Cardinals. So sit back, relax, let's get it. Week 4 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Eagles 29, Jacksonville 21. Jacksonville couldn't get nothing together after they went up 14-0. They came back and they scored in the fourth quarter. But other than that, the defense did their thing for us to get that dub. When you seen the conditions and when you seen who we were facing, the Jaguars, they had the best rushing defense, promising young quarterback, and a great head coach in Doug Peterson. That was a tough team. And every week, we play teams that people were high on or whatever, saying that, oh, this is a good team, this is that. But when we beat them, they act like there's some scrubs or something. The Lions. They got the number one offense, or one of the number one offenses in the league. They putting up numbers. Their defense stinks, and we should have put up more points on that D, but the offense is one of the top offenses in the league. The Vikings. I'm pretty sure that we went into that game as underdogs, and when we made them look one-dimensional or even shut them down, they didn't give us the credit. Divisional game against the Washington Commanders. They just had a game previously that they looked okay on offense. We scraped them. And so they didn't give us the respect for that. Last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, they went up 14. Everybody was like, oh, they smacking us. See, the Eagles is fronters and all of this, right? Came back and smashed them. They said, oh, we should have won that. The media will say one thing and then say another thing because they take sides all the time. But if anybody knows football, they know the Eagles are one of the complete teams in the NFL. Complete. The only question that we did have coming into this season was, what will the quarterback look like? That's one of the questions. What will the quarterback look like? The other one was, can the defensive coordinator get these guys to all play together, and how will the chemistry look? That was number 2. Other than that, the offensive line is the best in the league. We got weapons all over the place on offense. Defensive line is top notch, one of the best in the league. We had 2 top corners. The only question mark was the safeties. Ain't nobody getting burnt. So, are they a complete team? Yes. The question marks, are they checked off? Maybe. It's only 4 games. The 5th game is coming up. Now we're going against a good quarterback. And I'll get into that later on in the pod. But in this game, down 14 in the 4th quarter, then we came back. We didn't fold. That's a sign of a good team, that you don't flinch. Because when we go against those other teams, that's nice. Rodgers, we got to go against. We got to go against some boys. Dak, when he comes back. We got to go against some QBs. And then in the playoffs, you might have to play the Bucks. You might have to play Matt Stafford. You might have to play some boys in the playoffs. But to go down 14 and you know you still have a chance to win, that's a good team. And I don't care all these people saying, oh, the elements this, the elements that. The elements, Jalen had 1 turnover, and that was on the pick. And that was a bad throw because he was late. But he ain't have no fumbles. And the 1 fumble that we did have was on the center. But he played a clean game. You can't blame it on the elements because he didn't have no fumbles. And if it was a sunny day, we'd have lit them up. Man, come on. They couldn't do nothing with us. You lucky it was raining. We'd have lit them up. We already almost scored 30. We missed an extra point. We missed the extra point. We would have scored 30 buckets in the rain. Come on, man. Against the number 1 rush defense. We still getting disrespected. But you know what? It's fine. The defense, 5 turnovers. Reddick was cooking them. Cooking them. Oh, my goodness. That boy, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, creating all the fumbles out there. TJ Edwards, 1 sack. Come on, man. We got a closer on defense. All great teams, they have a closer on defense. Yes, sir. And that's Hassan Reddick. He's our closer. He's coming into his own. I told y'all he heating up. He is heating up. Watch him. Oh, my goodness. That boy is nice. All the moves. He got everything. He's a smaller guy, but he got power. And dudes don't even know, oh, he ain't that strong. He throwing linemen out the way. Throwing them. Then he got speed off the edge. And I think he had his best position because he can stand up. Or he can put his hand in the dirt. It's crazy. I like the defense. Slay went down this game with a forearm. And the defense didn't take a step back. Last year, if Slay would have went down, we would have got murdered. But one thing about it, that defensive line, that pass rush, when you got a good pass rush, it helps your cornerbacks out tremendously. But the play of the game was Bradbury. He's a vet. He said, I seen this play before. We didn't go through this on our game plan, but he's seen it before. He jumped that John, laid out for the pick. Come on, man. When we hit that stride, when the defense and the offense hit their stride at the same time, I'm telling you, I don't know what you can do against this team. 5 turnovers on the defense. 5. That's crazy. And it's all about pressure. That's it. You get pressure, you can create turnovers. And that's what I like. You got to create turnovers. I don't like my team turning the ball over, but if you can create turnovers, most likely you're winning that game. Offensively, let's go with our quarterback in the elements. 16 for 25, 204 yards, 1 pick. That pick was a bad throw. Other than that, he played a good game. No fumbles in those elements. Rushing. That boy Miles Sanders was killing him. 27 carries, 134 yards, 5 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. Yes, sir. He's looking like what we thought he should look like 2-3 years ago. He worked on his lower body. You see it. He ain't dancing no more. You see it. He's running hard, and you see it. Jalen Hurts, 16 carries, 38 yards, 2.4 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. That touchdown was a man's touchdown. Collided with a linebacker. Most quarterbacks can't do that. Scored, got up, flexed on him. Kenneth Gainwell, 5 carries, 19 yards, 3.8 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. Trey Sermon got in the game. 2 carries, 19 yards, 9.5 yards a carry. I like Trey Sermon. Receiving. A.J. Brown was a beast in the rain. Beast. 5 receptions, 95 yards, 19 yards of reception. Grown man. You can't do nothing with him. And if y'all think if it's a sunny, dry day on a field that's not slippery and your hands is dry, you think you can stick this man? He's playing at an all-pro level, man. What you going to do with him? What are you going to do with him? Nothing. I can't believe the Titans gave him away. It's crazy. Dallas Goedert, 5 receptions, 72 yards, 14.4 yards of reception. The screen game with him is incredible. That's what I was pushing for last year. More screens. Because we know the Eagles in the past, Andy Reid, Dougie P, we were a screen team. That's how you get those yards. Screen it up. Miles Sanders, 2 receptions, 22 yards. That's 11 per reception. Devontae Smith, he got us some good first downs in the rain. And his blocking when we're running the ball. You think he's not strong, but he is. 3 receptions, 17 yards, 5.7 yards a reception for Devontae Smith. But you see what your team will look like with an all-pro, Pro Bowl receiver helping out your young QB. That's going to speed up Jalen Hurts' process to have someone that he can rely on where he can throw it anywhere near that receiver and he will catch it. Come on, man. We talked about it last week, and I'm probably going to be talking about it every week. He has weapons. You see how good he look? He got weapons. He ain't scared to throw it down the field. He ain't scared to do anything with the ball because he got weapons. And so this week, our matchup against the Cardinals, it will be a tough matchup because Kyler Murray ain't no joke. They have weapons out there, but their main weapon, Hopkins, is not on the field. So that will limit them doing certain things in the passing game. Connor, the running back, he's nice. But our defense shown that we can shut down the run. If we can make Kyler Murray be one-dimensional, keep him in the pocket, and make him make throws against our back end, I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. Offensively, us against them, we're cooking them. We're cooking them. I watched them last week against the Panthers. That defense ain't like that. That's just to me. And they could win this game because anything is possible in the NFL. But if we come to play our game, and ain't no elements either. It ain't going to be raining. It's going to be nice. They even might have the retractable roof open. And if you have that, we airing it out. And we going to run the ball as well. See, I like this team so much because the strategy each week is different. It's different each week. No team can put on the tape and say, oh, this is what the Eagles do. You don't know. One week they run the ball. You know we got road graders at the line position, O-line. We mauling people. And you can't stop that. You can run the same play right in that direction. You can't stop that. Them boys too big. They was running on Lane Johnson's side. They couldn't stop it. They could not stop it. And so when you running the ball effectively, that play action come up. Oh my gosh. And if you bite on that play action, he throwing it up. He throwing it up. And please don't double. You can't. You just got to man up against us. And you're going to get beat regardless. But if you double, he gonna find that other person that's open. That's the maceration of a quarterback that's going through their progressions. He ain't going to force it when he see that safety over the top. You got Dallas Goedert, your safety valve. You got the running back right there. Here you go. So now you're going to start cheating. He going to cook you. Come on, man. These analysts, man, the media, they don't give nobody respect on what people are doing. But if you breaking down the all 22, I watch it and I watch Breaking the Birds. He breaks down every throw on offense and then he goes to the defense in another video. But Breaking the Birds, I like that YouTube page because they do break it down. And he has options. Every play. He has about 5 options. And he's just picking who's open. That's not one read. Some people don him as a one-read quarterback. No, he's looking all over the field. He's looking boom, 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 quickly. And if you ain't open, then he has his legs to run. That's what makes him so dangerous. Because you know he can run. But now he's sitting in the pocket a little bit longer. Then next year, he probably just going to be sitting in the pocket because he's going to be so comfortable in what he's doing, what he's seeing. And that's what he said. He was on the Manning cast. He watching Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, Andrew Luck. He watching passing quarterbacks, man. Andrew Luck could run, mind you, but he didn't use his legs all the time. He's watching these quarterbacks that are passing the ball. He's watching Tom Brady. He ain't watching nobody else. That's what I'm talking about. He watching greatness. Tom Brady coming out. He didn't have a strong arm. He didn't. His arm got stronger as the years went on, but that comes with knowing your body, working out, and all of that. And Jalen got one of the best long balls in the game. deep ball. You see it. And so, like I say every week, I always go with my team. I never say another team is going to beat us because that's who I am. I think this week will be tough. But don't be surprised if we come out there laying it. It might be a start like you've seen him against the Vikings. And if we start like that against the Vikings, it's over. But don't ever underestimate a good quarterback and Kyler Murray. He's a good quarterback. I don't think he's better than Jalen Hurts, but he's a good quarterback, and he can throw the ball. He can sling it. And so, with that, people, it's a wrap. One. So that was episode 42, Eagles Week 4 review. So in that episode, I broke down what we looked like against those Jaguars. The game was terrible, terrible weather. Down 14. We came back to win. Resilience. Resilience in this team. They come to play each game, and I love it. I love it. And so, this week against the Cardinals, I expect that offense to get 400 yards again this week. That defense to go hard against Kyler. And I think we can come out with a dub. So with that, people, it's a wrap. Stay safe, give respect, and show love. One. Make sure you go listen to all old and new NBC podcast episodes on all podcasting platforms. And please go to www.nothingbutconvos.com for the latest apparel.